Hi, friends, and welcome back to Spoonful. I'm Lauren, and we are in the 7th week of this pantry challenge. Can you believe that? This week kicked off with the Super Bowl Sunday night and flowed right into the weekend. We feel better this week, but our food stash is not feeling better. I'll take you through how we highlight things that we are eating through so that we can build our grocery list for the future. We're going to get into our seasonings, and then I'll show you a little trick. It's called rating the parents' pantry. It's by accident nonetheless, but don't you love it when you have somebody that loves to share with you, especially one that you don't have to pay back because they're loving mom and dad. So come along and check out what we've been eating on in the last 6 days. Let's go. So during the whole entire challenge, I've had my grocery list up on the refrigerator, and I've been going through and highlighting all the different items that we have run out of so that I know what I'm ordering and purchasing for March 2025 grocery haul. So I found that we're going to need to order some more chicken. Chicken wings, chicken drums. I buy a whole chicken every single month, and I buy 3 pounds of ground beef every month. The thing about the protein section here is the whole purpose of this pantry challenge was to buy large portions of protein going forward and not just grocery store small packages. So I'm still going to highlight it, but I preheating the oven. But I find that I have another list on my phone of what the farmer is going to offer for the first spring butchering go around. One thing that I try to do during the pantry challenge is go over my seasoning case. These are seasonings that we don't touch often. That's why it's in this black box. The ones that we do use a lot, we store at hand right here in the kitchen. So these are getting an upgrade. I'm buying large containers like this one versus these small ones from mason jar size, 4 ounces. We are going through this so often that I'm storing 3 or 4 of these from the garden harvest. So for the 2025 year, we're upgrading all of those little by little to the larger containers, ones that you normally see at the Costco size. But back to this pile, these are like the store-bought items and then things we don't use that often. I have a ton of celery seed. And in here, I got mustard seeds. I have 2 things of pickling spices. So this stuff will get used up this canning season so that I'm not carrying this any further. These 2 rows are seasonings that we use to marinate proteins. I actually have 2 of these. I just threw one behind me. I love this stuff. They don't sell this often anymore. It's hard to find. I have some Obey. Usually my Cajun seasoning was sitting here too. We ran out of that. Here's a Traeger seasoning. So these are going to get used up this summer during our barbecue seasoning. Barbecue season. And then I have some random things in here. Like here's some chives that I dried from the garden. The last little bit. So I'm going to pull this out. And I found the use of those chives that quickly. I'm going to scramble them into some eggs. I'm going to let it sit for a few minutes so it can rehydrate a little bit. And then have it with breakfast. Okay, so my son's plate. He stacked his biscuits. Would you like some jam?
No, thank you.
No.
I want peanut butter.
I don't have peanut butter. So we got some cheese on this plate, egg, and then some biscuits. Let's get some jam in the biscuits.
Okay.
And then he could finish it off with strawberry. You want grape jam?
Yeah,
Grape jelly.
it's my favorite.
It's quite late, and we just got home from Super Bowl watching at my parents' house, and my father was making fun of us because he says we always come to his house and grocery shop. And so he says to us, what else you planning on taking out of here tonight? I was like, no, this is enough. As we gather dinner for tonight and tomorrow and the day after kind of thing. And he found himself searching around the house to give us food. Because that's what you do when you go to your parents' house, right? You raid the refrigerator, you take all the goodies, and they smile because they're happy to feed their babies one more time. So I'm going to get my baby in the bed, and hubby and I are going to sit back and chill for the night and onward to the next week of this challenge. Good morning. It is Monday, and I'm getting a very typical breakfast made for everybody. It's so simple that it's not even worth filming, but I just want to show you how we're still eating out of this pantry, even after the fun of yesterday. So we're going to have bagels and oranges. I got bacon going in the pan for my husband and I, and that's it. Everybody's tired. Super Bowl took all last night and then the drive home. So, very simple breakfast. Monday night's dinner is some ribs that my dad had seasoned up for us. For those that are interested, we do most of our meats without paprika. So that's why you don't see a red tint. Yet the yellow tint is there from, probably in my dad's case, he probably put some turmeric in part of his seasoning. He's always making his own seasonings like me. But yeah, we're going to warm this up in the oven. I pulled some corn out the freezer. I'm going to get this defrosted and steamed up. And then we'll find some other something else to go with it. Let's find something. Okay, so I found some carrots we can use, and then here's my homemade barbecue sauce. This is the blackberry one. So we'll pour that on the ribs when they finish warming through. And there's dinner. Alright, so everything's out and hot. The ribs, the longer rack I didn't put any sauce on it, but the loose bones I put some sauce on it. There is our herb carrots, and then some corn. That is dinner for tonight on Monday night. So we're going to start breakfast off this morning with fried potatoes, some sausage. I got 2 pans going. I'm getting popped. Kettle's heating up for lovely coffee. It's such a pretty day. It's snowing. I almost forgot to show you guys a simple breakfast. I'm so busy working here in the office, but potatoes and sausage for a quick win this morning.
Ready with
So I took my time this fall and made some soup in a jar. This was the corn nibs that we had cut off. Carrots I chopped up from the garden or the farmer. Onions, everything. And it makes such an easy lunch. So today was one of those days. It is snowy and cold outside. So we're going to dish up some nice chicken soup. Tonight we're going to have salmon with some pasta that I might turn into cheesy pasta. I have, this is gluten-free pasta here, and then I have regular gluten-filled pasta boiling right now. So I'm going to get this in the oven. Okay, fresh out the oven is cheesy pasta. This is my husband's. This is my son and I. It's white cheddar. That's probably why it looks so bland. But it's broccoli mixed in there, cheese, and a little bit of spices. And we'll cut up the salmon and eat it on top. So very easy, quick dinner for this cold, snowy Tuesday. And good morning, everybody. Today is Wednesday, a snowy day here, and we are getting breakfast down into the oven. I have the oven preheated, and we're going to go ahead and make another batch of granola cereal for us to munch on today. This batch, I added in strawberry syrup that I made. It's a little bit left. And I'm going to get this tray in the oven. We will eat it with some chocolate chips. I wish I had some freeze-dried strawberries because this would be perfect to sprinkle in. But it's nothing that I keep on stash on deck that often. So while it is warming up and kind of toasting in the oven, I'm going to make myself a cup of joe and sit down to chill. Today is a school day, even though my son's school is closed today. We are still going to rock and roll with everything at home. And that's some of the benefits when you homeschool. Is that just because the public sector is closed or delayed or what have you, I don't need instruction at home. We have everything we need to take care of his learning right here in this house, and therefore we shall do it. And because we are a day away from or a couple days away from Valentine's Day, he has some fun, sweet projects. And here we go. I sprinkled some powdered cocoa powder, a little bit of sugar, and oil on top when I gave it all a flip and a stir. And let it saute, goodness. Let it bake a little bit more in the oven. Pulls it out, let it cool. I'm going to store the rest in here. It's enough for us all to probably have another bowl. But yes, simple, easy breakfast. I'll sprinkle some mini chocolate chips in this, because why not?
Oh, that's tiny chips.
Yeah,
chocolate chips.
Mini chocolate chips.
Thanks, Mama.
Today's lunch for Wednesday is tacos. I'm using ground pork because that's what I have on hand right now. That was actually defrosted. And this is the last full box of taco shells we have in the house. So I'm pretty proud of myself. I didn't have to buy this. My goal was not to buy pantry staples during this 2-month challenge. So we're in the middle of February. Challenge is almost over. So, excuse me, we're going to get these open, get some cheese melted inside because my crew likes cheese inside their tacos. Even though I make homemade salsa in the summertime, my crew loves cilantro and red onion. So I just squirt a little bit of lemon juice on it and salt it up. Good morning, everybody. Today is Thursday, February 13th. And these are the last bit of oranges that we picked up in January. The orange truck is actually here today for another delivery. And I'm contemplating on whether I want to buy them or not. we are on task to meeting our financial goal for the month, where we are going to purchase what we want from the farmer. And I'm not quite sure if I want to be set back 40-50 bucks. We still have oranges in the fridge that are not the juicing kind. Okay, tonight's dinner is going to be cooked up in the crock pot. So I don't know how many beans. Probably about 3 cups of uncooked beans. And get some more water, about 2 to 3 quarts. Back in the fall time, I picked this up from the farmer. He brings it every November to the farmer's market, which is raw yet smoked turkey drums. So I'm going to nestle that in there. And then I'm going to add a couple bay leaves. I'm going to add some basil and some thyme to the turkey. Lunchtime today. These are cookies my parents gave my husband for Valentine's Day. But I have some sourdough crackers. These have to be some of the driest crackers on the face of the earth. And we've had them, I would say, sometime since December. I don't like them at all. And I have no desire to actually eat them. But they got to get eaten because I don't want to waste food. Waste not, want not, right? So we're going to turn them into sandwiches. I have some lunch meat and cheese from the farmer. And so I'm going to turn these into like mini sandwiches, like a Lunchable. But trust me, these crackers, the sourdough version of crisp bread, dry as the desert sun.
My lunch.
Okay, so this is, he's trying to demonstrate for you. But this is what we come up with. Something that's quick and easy and to help us eat these dry crackers. So I do have some everything but the bagel seasoning. I'm like the only one that really eats it. So I'm going to put that on one of these crackers and try to eat it up. It's so bad. So to up the flavor, I put a piece of ham on it. This is one of those reasons why we do this challenge, because I bought something that we thought we would like. We found every excuse and reason not to eat it for at least 2 months. I know I bought these in the beginning of December. But now we are in the middle of February. And all I can think of is tossing them in the trash, and I don't want to. So here's to finding food in your house that you can't stand to eat, but you want to eat it and need to eat it. But just know that you should never, ever, ever buy it again. Cheers. It's like cardboard. And here is my bowl of beans. I do have some avocado. I have some raw onion. What else do I have? I don't know. I'm gonna see if I can add some more toppings to it, but this is so good. It is lunchtime over here, and I pulled out 3 leftovers from the week. We have, I don't know, what is like 2 tablespoons of the corn and squash. Last night's dinner of the turkey and beans with the homemade chicken broth. And look at the gelatinous. And then, a couple days ago, what was it, earlier in the week, we had the carrots and the chicken. So all 3 of these are going in the pot for lunch. I need a spoon. So I'm just going to bring this bean turkey chicken concoction to a simmer, and then we're going to eat it. There's so many beans in here, I'm not going to even mess with adding rice like we ate with last night for dinner. And then simple lunch will be done for a Friday. I just thought of something. One of my grandmothers passed away when I was little. I was under 3, I think. But she taught my mom this very interesting concept that throughout the week, every time she cooked dinner, if there were leftovers, she threw it into the pot. And then on the weekend, either Friday or Saturday, I'm not quite sure if it was a particular day, everybody in a pot soup was for a meal. And so one day I was telling my mom about this. I was like, oh, I gathered this from this day, this and that day, and I threw it in a pot. And she was like, just like your grandmother, everybody in a pot, soup dinner. And so today's lunch is a reminder of my grandmother, who's like, everything goes into the pot, season it up a little bit, and you got a meal. Nothing goes to waste. So yes, we had a tablespoon of some corn and chicken chowder that nobody finished. So instead of just tossing that in the trash this week, here we are adding it to a pot, a soup, and nobody's missing a meal today. That's definitely waste not, want not, right? We have run out of flour, so Friday night Valentine's Day dinner is going to be like a makeshift pizza. We're not completely out of flour, but close enough. So I have a handful of cheese, some oat flour, and an egg. I'm going to mix this up and bake this as a crust. All right, guys, there's my pizza. I'm going to gobble it up because I'm tired and I'm ready for bed. But Friday night, Valentine's Day pizza. I try my best to put in a little heart shape. Can you tell? No. I can't either. Don't worry about it. But it's going down just as good with the rest of the family. So I hope you guys learned something this week on how to get your cabinets organized, get your food ready for your big purchase at the end of this pantry challenge, and then of course how to waste not, want not in a couple meals this week.
Hello, happy Valentine's Day. I hope you all are having a good time. And it makes today special. To all the mamas out there, I really love you, I appreciate you, and you keep doing what you're doing.
Right,
I love
Pantry.
this one.
You're not the Pantry.
Keep supporting your husband and your family. You're doing a great job. I know it's tiring.
The blue shirt and blue sweatshirt.
We'll see you guys next week. Bye.
I looked at the blue sweatshirt.